Hey, good morning, good morning. It's Reggie Pegues here, the Prospering Dad. And it's Monday, and I'm so happy to join you today. I'm so happy that you guys could join me. If you're following me on YouTube, we're now over here on Facebook Live. So let me adjust this camera a little bit. We're over here on Facebook Live. So as you come on, type in the comments, where you're viewing me from so I could say good morning. And if you're on YouTube and you're following me over here now, just indulge me as I say good morning as people come on in real time. So as you come on, as I said, type in the comments. Let me know where you're viewing from. Also type hashtag live, hashtag replay, so I know when you're watching. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. I did. It's a rainy kind of day today. It's kind of muggy, kind of humid here in New York. I hope the weather's great where you are. I hope that you're starting your work week off in a great fashion. So today we're going to talk about you're living below your potential. Join the 5%. You're living below your potential. Join the 5%. The reason why I chose this topic, I am reading a fabulous book. Guys, if you don't have a copy of this book, I recommend that you get this. This is going to really be a staple in your success library. If you don't have a success library, I suggest that you start one. A success library are books that inspire you, that stretch you, that help you to think and grow and improve your overall well-being. So I'm reading this book, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And this is such an awesome book. And I want to share some things with you guys that, for me, reaffirm some things that I already knew. Good morning, Anna. Good morning. Type in the comments. Let me know where you're viewing from. Type hashtag live or hashtag replay. So, as I said, you're living below your potential. Hey, Mr. C, what's going on? We all live below our potential. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at my notes because I took some really copious notes this morning, and I want to share some statistics with each and every one of you that you may or may not be aware of. Good morning, Dennis Pegues. Good to see you. But before I start, I want to ask you this question. Why do you live a life that you don't want? Why are you living a life that you don't want? And I'm going to give you some stats, right? The stats from the Social Security Administration state that 100 people, if you survey 100 people at the age of 25, starting at the age of 25, and you followed them for 40 years to retirement, out of that 100 people, 1 will be wealthy. 4 will be financially secure, which means that they are not dependent on any social services, government programs, family or other members, or anything like that. 4 will be financially secure. 5 out of that 100 will be working well past retirement age. 36 will be dead from poor health. 54 will be broke and dependent on government programs and other people. I want that to sink in for a minute, because we're talking about why are you living below your potential. 100 people, 1 wealthy, 4 financially secure, 5 working past retirement, 36 dead from poor health, 54 broke and dependent. One of the things that I do, I teach financial literacy using biblical principles. And the reason why I came across this information and these statistics maybe about 10 years ago. And the thing that I want you to understand about these statistics is that these statistics were established almost 80 years ago. And they haven't changed. They haven't changed. Why is that? Because the majority of people, 95% of the population, is living below their potential. Each and every one of us are born with seeds of greatness. Now, I understand there are challenges in life. There are people that may be starting off at a tremendous disadvantage. Good morning, Sheila. Good to see you. Starting off at a tremendous disadvantage. There's all types of things that happen to each and every one of us. But here's the thing. Regardless of where you find yourself, regardless of your circumstance, regardless of your situation, you don't have to stay there. And when I realized and really embraced taking full responsibility for me, for everything around me, for everything that I have, for every experience I've had, good, bad, or indifferent, when I owned that, things began to turn around. So, if we're living below our potential, what can we do about it? What can we do to avoid this? The first thing that we have to do is we have to acknowledge the fact that there are 95% of the population who are living below their potential. We have to realize that may be us. When I realized that was me, when I realized that I was living below my God-given potential, that I was living below the standards in which my Creator has set for me, when I was living a life of conformity, I was doing everything else that everybody else was doing, but I didn't know why I was doing it. Good morning, James. Good to see you. When I realized that and I started owning that, and then because see, the one thing that we all have in common is we have two things, basic things. There's a lot of other things that we have in common, but two basic things that we have in common. Each and every one of us wants something, and each and every one of us are afraid of something. Now, it's about how you manage those things. So, every one of us, each and every one of you, under the sound of my voice, each and every one of you that will be watching this replay, we all want a better life. I think that we can all agree on that. Yes or yes? We all want a better life. We want a better life for ourselves. We want a better life for our children. We want a better life for our family. We want a better life. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning. Good to see you. We all want a better life, so we can all agree on that. But here's the thing. The majority of us, 95% of us statistically, are afraid to rise above mediocrity. It's safer to be amongst the numbers. It's safer to go along. It's safer to be out of directed. It's safer to not recognize your uniqueness and not recognize your God-given potential and not realize that you have seeds of greatness within you and not step up and own your stuff if you're not living the life that you want to live. So when I realized this, I said, hey, you know what? This really isn't about me. It's about what is the legacy I'm going to leave? What will be the story? What will be the narrative? I remember years ago, my father, who had a pretty sharp sense of humor when he used it. I don't know how we even got on the subject, but we were talking about, he asked me the question, he said, Reggie, what's the most important thing on the tombstone? You know, headstone. You know, when you die and you get a headstone, what's the most important thing on there? You know, and I was giving all these answers. Oh, you know, loving father, loving son, this, that, and the other thing. And he said, son, no. He said, the most important thing on anyone's headstone is the dash between the day you were born and the day that you die. He said, because at the end of the day, your life comes down to what that dash represents. As I said in the beginning, 95% of us are living below our potential. I gave you the statistics. If you just joined late, go back, watch this video again. Get the statistics that I just shared. How out of 100 people, 5 out of 100 experience the lives that they want to live. So, We have to acknowledge the fact that 95% will never live the life that they want. 95%. And you got to ask yourself this question, is that you? You can start today. Right now, this very moment, you can start today and say, hey, listen, let me own my stuff. Let me recognize that I'm in that 95% that's living below my potential. And today I'm going to do something about it. Today I'm going to be active. Today I'm going to own my stuff. Today I'm going to move forward. Because here's the thing. When you take back ownership and control of your own life, then what it does for you is it changes your environment. It changes your circumstances, and consequently, it changes everything around you. Your family might be in a mess, but if you start today, you take ownership and say, hey, listen, let me fix me first. Let me focus on me. Let me start. And see, society will have you think to keep you a slave to society. It'll have you thinking that if you concentrate on you, if you begin to work on you, if you begin to improve you, then you're being selfish. There are those who understand that when you're not focusing on you and you're not putting yourself first and you're not taking care of you, they already know that it negatively impacts everything else around you. When we live below our potential, it affects so many different areas of our lives. It affects our health. It affects our relationships. It affects our finances. Thus, it renders us ineffective. We live a life that we don't want. We work on jobs that we don't want. We're in relationships that we know we shouldn't be in. We're doing things that we don't want to do, but we don't know how to get out. Stop living below your potential. To change this, the first thing that you're going to have to understand is, a couple of things. The first thing you need to do is you need to be honest with yourself. You need to be honest with yourself. You need to work on your personal development, however that is. Yes, that's right, Anna. Self-interest is not selfish. I wonder where you learned that from. Good morning, Clara. So you got to change. To change this, you got to stop accepting mediocrity. You got to stop accepting living below your potential. You got to stop being mediocre. You got to stop being average. You got to expect more of yourself. The problem why 95% of the population lives below their potential is they accept mediocrity as their standard, as it being the norm, and it's not. You're a masterpiece. Your creator created you to create. Your creator created you so he can live in the world vicariously through us to serve others. So I want you to be aware, and we're going to do this. I'm going to stay on this topic this week. All right, we're going to go deeper into this week. But I want you guys to understand you're living right now below your potential. If you're not living the life that you have been designed to live, you're living below your potential. Join the 5%. Join that 5%. I gave you the stats, Clara. You got on a little late. You're going to have to watch the replay to catch the statistics that I gave at the beginning. Acknowledge the fact that 95% of the population is living below their potential. And the way to avoid you being one of those 95% is to acknowledge it, understand what that is, and do the opposite. I have a wealth coach. I have a lot of different coaches. I have a spiritual coach, Bishop Charles Norris Jr., L. Norris Jr., who's my friend and my bishop. I have a financial coach who's Myron Golden, who's awesome. I have several business coaches. And I realized when I started to get myself out of the system, I had to connect with other like-minded people, people who were smarter than me that I can learn from. So I have different people for different aspects of my life. I have just friends that I hang out with. I got people that I kick it with, but I don't do the same thing with everybody. So you can find somebody, a mentor or a coach, somebody that you can connect with that you can learn from. So you don't have to be in that 95%. as I was saying, to ignore, to avoid this, you got to acknowledge that 95% of the population will never live the life they want. So you don't want to be that person. The side effects of living below your potential is poor health, poor relationships, poor finances. And to change this, you got to live a life not of mediocrity. You got to push yourself. So today, guys, I hope you guys got some value out of today's live. Go over to my Facebook channel, Reggie, R-E-G-G-I-E-B, Piggies, P-E-G-U-E-S, on YouTube, and like my videos. Like this video today, like whatever video that you watched there. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button as I input and upload new content. You'll be the first to know. Hit the notification button here because you want to be a part of this discussion, particularly this week. Hit the notification button here so you can join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Hey, James, good morning. You're going to have to watch the replay, son. So you can join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Like and share this video today because someone needs this word. So it's Monday, guys. I hope you got a great week planned. I hope that you got some goals set, and we're going to go into goal setting. But we're going to stay in this book this week. I want to share some ideas, some tips. If you don't have this book, this is great for your success library. The Miracle Morning, Hal Elrod. All right, this book is awesome. It'll help you put some things in perspective. And just know that you're awesome. Stop living below your potential. You have seeds of greatness in you, and it's time that you cultivate your garden. On that note, guys, I look forward to talking to you on Wednesday. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.